Hi, everyone. Steve Adubato. We kick off the program with Mark Dinglasan, who is a director of the New Jersey Office of Food Security Advocate. Mark, good to see you again.
Good to see you again, Steve.
Let everyone know what the office is about and why it's so important as we kick off this program totally dedicated to issues of sustainability, food security. There'll be a panel discussion after this with three leaders in that field, Russ Berry awardees for making a difference, particularly in the area of food security, sustainability. Your office, please.
Absolutely. So again, it's great to see you. I'm getting flashbacks to when I was talking to you in October of 2020.
Right.
This office, the Office of the Food Security Advocate, is the first of its kind in the nation. Legislation in New Jersey for this office was passed in September of 2021. It is an office wholly dedicated to creating collaborative multi-sector efforts that support, uplift, and co-create efforts around how can we create true food security. It sits in the executive branch of state government, and I will be collaborating with all the state departments as well as with as many stakeholders as I can in the communities that we serve that are dedicated to this work.
Help us understand this, the difference between food insecurity and food security. Talk about that, Mark.
Absolutely. Food insecurity, the most common definition that we use, is a lack of consistent access to sufficient food for everybody in your household. And I tell everybody all the time to take what I say with a grain of salt. And I was saying this even when I was on the front lines of this work, that we tend to, as a sector, as programs, we tend to focus on food insecurity.
Right.
But true food security, the roadmap was actually given to us in 2001 by the United Nations, and 72 countries signed on to this definition, including the United States. True food security exists when all people at all times have economic, physical, and I add social access to safe, sufficient, nutritious food for dietary, and I also add cultural preferences for an active and healthy lifestyle.
Mark, put this in perspective for us. This program is seen in 2023. We're taping at the end of 2022. At this point, what do the most reliable statistics tell us? Because statistics are numbers, but they're really not numbers. They're about people. How many people in the state of New Jersey are food insecure right now?
I think the pandemic has really thrown our ability to gather strong, relevant data through the loop. But I can say that I think a good measure, it's from a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation report, and it said that in 2020, 1 in 12 people in New Jersey was food insecure. That means 1 in 12 people did not have consistent access to sufficient food for everybody in their household. But Steve, let me emphasize, because you touched on something very, very important. When we talk about numbers, we treat people like numbers, right? So I think important data when we have this conversation is also that qualitative data, the anecdotes that are here. And I think most of us, all of us that are doing food security work have many, many anecdotes from 2020 all the way until now of single moms, multiple kids, dads, family, individuals that have never had to go to a food bank or a food pantry that now have to go to a food bank or food pantries. I was at a local food pantry, in Franklin, where they have at least one client a week that tells their CEO, last year I was one of your donors. So the data.
And now they're on the other end.
Correct. So the data that says 1 in 12 are food insecure in 2020, important, keeps our eye on the ball, but not losing sight of those anecdotes that still hold true now in 2022 are super important as well.
Yeah, statistics are about human beings, particularly when
Correct.
you're dealing with a serious issue like this. Mark, let me ask you this. So, we have these leaders on right after you who are making a difference in their own way. They're heads of not-for-profits.
Yep.
But you've also told our producers that this is about long-term. So let me ask you this. There is no magic fix, no magic bullet, if you will, and I don't even like using that term, but question, one public policy change, improvement that needs to be made that would move us in the direction of more long-term solution or improvement in this very serious, widespread issue and problem of food insecurity is what? What is one thing government must do that we're not doing now?
It's so funny that you ask that, because quite literally, I believe this is something that you and I touched on when we last spoke as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm not being coy when I say this, Steve. I truly think that one of the public policy changes that government can do has already happened.
By creating your office?
Correct. Because
I knew you were going there, Mark.
Because I know the three leaders that are on this panel, champions of food security work. And I know for a fact that they have board members and team members, and they themselves go home at night wondering to themselves, how can I clone myself? Because there's absolutely not enough time in the day to focus on the immediate need that my organization addresses, while at the same time focusing on long-term upstream work. And then magically, all of a sudden, well, it's not magic, it was with great intention, New Jersey creates an office that can be wholly dedicated to bringing leaders together. And then New Jersey asks one of the colleagues of your three panelists.
A few seconds, Mark, go ahead.
To join it, to lead this office. So public policy has made this ambitious goal of bringing everybody to the table to work together.
Hey, Mark, sorry for cutting you off. One of the solutions we don't have is creating more time. So, Mark, I can't thank you enough for joining us. And folks, right after this, three leaders making a difference every day in their communities, respective communities, and some national organizations as it relates to the complex issues of food insecurity, food security, and its connection to sustainability, climate change, et cetera. Mark, thank you. You and your team, we wish you all the best.
Absolutely. Best of luck to you, Steve.
You guys stay with us. We'll be right back.
Think Tank with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, Community Food Bank of New Jersey, Valley Bank, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, Holy Name, New Jersey Institute of Technology, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare, and by New Jersey Sharing Network, promotional support provided by New Jersey Globe, and by bestofnj.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Luke Ironman, a family medicine specialist at Holy Name. When was your last visit to your primary care doctor? Throughout the pandemic, many patients have put off their annual physicals and screenings, but preventative health care is critical for early detection of illnesses and to avoid future health problems. Your doctor can also help you develop a wellness plan to achieve your personal health goals. Your health can't wait. Be proactive and talk to your primary care doctor today about scheduling your annual physical.